If a chicken could flap their wings as fast as a hummingbird, their meat would be much less delicious. It's Wednesday, it's 7 p.m., and it's time for Fantastic Voyage Improv, live from our living rooms to your computer screens. Please welcome to the stage your host for this evening, Bill!
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the 40th week of streaming FVI Improv shows on Zoom, on Facebook Live, and eventually on YouTube later in the week. That's right. You can always catch up if you miss a show by going and watching on YouTube on our YouTube channel. But we have been doing, hard to believe, but 40 weeks of this on Wednesday nights of live streaming short form comedy improv right to your living room. And we thank you for joining us and for supporting us all the way. We couldn't have done it without you. So let's get this 40th show underway with a bang. Let's introduce our players tonight. First up, we have in his new abode, Blake. That's right. He juggles, he makes jokes, he buys houses. What can't he do? Next up, we have our technical wizard, Mr. Steve Bennett.
I got a last name tonight.
That's right, that's right. I'm sorry I sold all your privacy away. Now you're going to be, stalked and everything. It's going to be terrible. Next up, from his kitchen, let's give it one round of applause for Zach.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, it's me, yeah.
And rounding out our group of performers tonight, back for another show, it's Victoria.
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Hi.
There she is. And last but not least, the person who sits behind the keys, who we could not do this without on an everyday basis or every week basis. She is your friend and mine, Becca.
Yay!
So Becca will be getting your suggestions on the online chat tonight, and that's where you'll find her. And so we're going to start with a game of conducted story. Now, how this is going to work is I have note cards, and when I hold up a note card, whoever is playing is going to pick up that part of the story, and it'll be a combined effort to build this story, whose title Becca is currently getting in the chat right now. Becca, what is the name of our story tonight for conducted story?
The reindeer that ate Christmas lights.
The reindeer that ate Christmas lights. This is your story tonight. We'll kick it off with Steve.
Once upon a time, there was a sad, sad reindeer wandering the northern woods. This reindeer wandered and wandered and wandered, wondering why he was the way
he was. I'm so different from all the other reindeer. Other reindeer have wet little noses. Mine is made out of
cheese and peppers. And maybe that's why I'm a little bit different than the other reindeer. Well, gee, the little sad reindeer said to himself, I need to figure out how I'm going to have a pick-me-up
so that I can feel better about myself. So he began to sniff his way through the North Woods, trying to smell out the finest and most delicious of plants to eat. And he came
upon a fantastic house. It was shiny and covered in snow, and it had glowing, blinking lights, all in sequence. They all lit up
in flashing order. Wow, said the reindeer, I've never seen anything like this before. And he galloped jauntily over to the house, and he sniffed one of the light bulbs.
And he said, that's a new smell to me. I have never smelled that before. I wonder what it tastes like. And he began to
move closer towards the light, and he opened up his mouth and he said, what am I doing? And he said, well, my nose is made of cheese, so maybe I eat glass. Maybe this is
what I'm made for. I can help these people. They've got lights all over their house. I'm going to help them clean up their house.
And he started eating all the lights off of the front of the house. Hum, 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 hum.
Mr. Shenanigan heard from his living room. What's going on in my yard, said Mr. Shenanigan, and he peered
through the curtains, and out there he saw the largest, most magnificent reindeer standing there, eating all of his light bulbs. And this guy got so mad at him, and he looks over at his wife and he goes, "Huh?
Honey, there's a reindeer out there eating our lights. But I have an idea because I am Mr.
Shenanigan, and I own a large shotgun. Honey, we're having venison tonight.
And so he went and grabbed it.
That is the game of conducted story. Honey, we're having venison tonight. And that is the game of conducted story, the reindeer that ate the Christmas lights. Next up, there is a very famous comedian who has a hook that he likes so much that's so unique to him that he has patented it and actually trademarked it. And that is, if you blah, 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 you might be a redneck. And we, because we're just getting our Patreon going, patreon.com/Fantastic Voyage Improv if you want to support us. Until we do, though, and until YouTube demonetizes us, we can't afford legal bills. So we've got to change it up a little bit, and we're still going to pay an homage to this comedian, but we're going to do things a little bit differently, and we're going to start by getting a suggestion from Becca.
Cobbler.
Gobbler?
Cobbler. Guy who makes shoes.
Cobbler.
Cobbler. Cobbler is the suggestion.
If your life is just peachy, you might be a cobbler.
If you are kind of a heel, you might be a cobbler.
If your favorite boy band is In Soul, you might be a cobbler.
If your life stinks, you might be a cobbler.
If in your favorite kind of horn is a shoe horn, you might be a cobbler.
If in your tongue gets tied, you might be a cobbler.
If you've ever outsourced all your work to elves, you might be a cobbler.
If you're not a psychic, but you like replacing souls, you might be a cobbler.
All right. Let's, I think we've exhausted all of our cobbler jokes. Very topical, Steve. But let's get the next suggestion from our audience, Becca.
A children's author.
A children's author.
If he said, she said, Red said, Fred, you might be a children's author.
If in your book has less than 50 words, you might be a children's author. If you find that it's hard to come out of your shell, Silverstein, you might be a children's author.
If you rhyme all the time, you might be a children's author.
If you've ever had a lot of fun, Dick and Jane, you might be a children's author.
All right, Becca, what's our next suggestion?
A mortician.
A mortician.
If you like stiff competition, you might be a mortician.
If you're constantly running out of Aquanet in 2020, you might be a mortician.
If when you see dead people, you might be a mortician.
If your favorite kind of bear is a pallbearer, you might be a mortician.
If at work you like to play light as a feather, stiff as a board, you might be a mortician.
If when you're really good at making your customers blush, you might be a
If your
mortician.
favorite song is On Angel's Wings, you might be a mortician.
If you're married to Gomez Adams, you might be a Morticia.
Becca, another suggestion, please.
Chapstick.
If you get lost within 45 seconds of being purchased, you might be a chapstick.
If when you're considering buying your next used vehicle on CarMax, you might be chapstick. That Florida.
We're still trying to figure out Carfax. All right, I'm with you.
CarMax.
Oh, all right, now I get it.
Even you
There you go.
taste like cherries, you might be the lips back.
If you're good at minding your own Burt's beeswax, you might be a chapstick.
If you're just really cheap lipstick, you might be chapstick.
If you're mentholated for their pleasure, you might be chapstick.
Becca, let's get another suggestion, please.
An awkward stage hand.
An awkward stage hand?
Yeah, like a stage hand, like helps backstage, but an awkward
Okay.
one.
I think that's an oxymoron.
If all of your black clothes are really just light gray, you might be an awkward stagehand.
If you always find yourself accidentally making a scene shift, you might be an awkward stagehand.
If no one knows what your name is and you know everybody else's, you might be an awkward stagehand.
You might be an awkward stagehand.
Sight gag.
Sight gag.
Let's end on the one that didn't have any words, because that's good. All right, that was the game of Foxworthy, an homage to the great Jeff Foxworthy, and we tried to do it justice for him. So next up, I am going to need Zach and Steve to stay on stage. Victoria and Blake, you can kill your cameras. Because what we like to do is remind people that A, we have a YouTube channel that you can certainly subscribe to, and you can find all of our past episodes, not only from these last 40 weeks, but also from the dozens of other shows we did live at McGillicuddy's back in the day from Anoka, when we were allowed to see each other in person and play live on stage. And we eventually hope to get back to doing that. We will get back to doing that, and we hope to see you there when we do. But in the meantime, this is Playing With Ourselves, and it's a game where we take an old scene and have these two watch the old scene and try to recreate it in the best way they can. And so, Steve, roll the tape. This is Playing With Ourselves.
We don't get a suggestion for this?
Oh, yeah. No, yes, we do. Becca, what's the suggestion for this game?
Gingerbread house.
Gingerbread house. Very holiday-themed suggestion for Playing With Ourselves.
I don't know, man. Gingerbread house doesn't look that great. The frosting's weird.
Well, you didn't put the gumdrops on. You didn't put the gumdrops on, and that was your mistake.
Your job to put the gumdrops on. I did the icing chimney.
Dad, you are not good at this. Dad, I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to make a memory with you, son. I only get you every other weekend.
Dad, no, don't be mad. Take some criticism. It's fine. It's fine. You know, there's a whole wide world of art you could do. You don't have to be a gingerbread man.
I don't like art. I like gingerbread housing. And this is the one time of year that I can gingerbread house.
Oh, just wait a second. Okay. I mean, we can do this together. Help me make the trim, Dad. You know, we'll be a team.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, son. Please, you know, I'll pay for your therapy. It'll be fine.
Well, I appreciate that, but it's time to get to some gingerbread houses. If you
Yes.
want me,
I was a lad. We made the best gingerbread houses. They were huge.
well, they will be huge once again, but we have to start from square one. Our skills are not.
Oh, I'm gonna wax soliloquy about my gingerbread houses when I was a child. They were massive. We could play in them. My siblings and I would play hide and seek, and Mother would never know where we got off to.
That sounds glorious. That sounds glorious, Father. But we've got to watch YouTube and learn how to do it correctly.
Okay, YouTube. You bring up the internets.
All right, here we go. This guy is making a path out of rocks, but the rocks are actually jelly beans.
Jelly bean rocks. I never thought of that. I never did. It's brilliant.
I think I got some icing here. I'm gonna help you glue the jelly beans. Oh wait. The whole thing should be made out of jelly bean rocks.
The whole thing? You think you know more about gingerbread housing than I do? I made the best gingerbread houses when I was a boy.
Yes, you keep saying that, and I want to believe you. But before you had trouble with the gumdrops.
Oh, gumdrops, my nemesis.
But we will tackle the jelly bean rocks and the gumdrops together, father and son.
Yes. Yeah, we can do this together, you and me. You and me. And then I'll put my name on it and people will love me.
Yes, Dad. All right. Now, I want to tell you something. I've never. Oh, that feels nice. Does it help me focus?
Look real close. Look close. Do you see? You see the icing? Get the icing!
Oh, Dad, why?
That is the game of playing with ourselves, if my technology would work.
Dad,
everybody else come back for this next game.
Father of the year.
Shoviness. Very nice. This next game is pretty self-explanatory from just the title. It's called Questions Only. And so what's going to happen is everybody's going to cover their cameras. It's a quick on and off game. If we were on a stage, need 2 people out there to start. So one of you come back. Victoria, somebody, doesn't matter. I just need 2 people out here to start. And we are going to start with a topic that Becca got from our audience. This is the game of Questions Only. Becca, what's the prompt?
Bowling alleys.
Bowling alleys. So this is the game of Questions Only, and the topic is bowling alleys.
Does anybody want some nachos?
What's in those nachos?
Would you believe that it's fried horse?
Would you know that I actually have eaten horse before?
Whose turn is it to bowl?
Who do you think is supposed to be standing there by those bowling pins?
How do you know that I'm not already standing by the bowling pins?
Now, wait a minute. Do you work here?
Where do you see my name on my badge?
Did you used to work here?
When are you gonna stop with the yak, yak, yak?
Why are you being so mean and not letting me get my bowling ball?
You should bowl.
All right.
Ever wonder why these places all smell the same?
I'm wondering now if there's something. Oh, bye.
You think I'll ever be able to win this claw game?
How much have you already spent?
Wasn't it like $5?
You spent the whole 5?
Is it even possible to pick up that bear?
How am I going to play skee ball?
Is it my turn to bowl?
Where is Mom? I need more money.
Why does Mom always give you money?
She didn't give you any money? Where'd you get the 5?
Would you be mad if I stole it?
Are you gonna go to prison?
Do they arrest kids for stealing $5?
I think they might.
When are we gonna get more tickets?
Why do I have to set the pins up by hand?
Who set them up that way?
Haven't you ever set up pins before?
Where'd you learn how to set them up?
Do you think I went to pin setting school to learn how to do math?
When would you have had the time for math?
Why do you care so much about my educational background?
When haven't I cared about your educational background? I care about you.
Why are you leaving me, Armando?
I don't know.
Do you like it?
Is it supposed to be so orange?
Why do you always go when it's something you don't like?
You don't like it when I do that?
Oh, don't you know what I've been up to while you've been out of town?
Have you been painting the bowling alley?
Does it look like I've been painting the bowling alley?
How exactly did the paint stick to the nicotine? Did that work okay?
How do you think I got myself to stop smoking?
You quit smoking?
Didn't you know?
Hey, that is the game of questions only. And I think that we're all just a little bit more inquisitive now that we've watched that game.
Ooh.
So next up, we are going to do another attempt at a game that most improv troupes are too afraid to do in person, let alone on Zoom. That's the game of Hoedown. You've probably seen Who's Line do it before. Even they struggle with it. Super hard game, but we feel like we've really mastered it on Zoom. And, we're unafraid. That's part of FVI Improv. It's one of the many things which you can learn more about if you visit us online at our new website, unprov.com. It's got our mission statement, it's got our principles, it's got what Improv is, it's got links to all our social channels, ways to donate. Everything you could possibly want to know about FVI Improv can be found at our online home, unprov.com. So let's get our suggestion for Hoedown. If everyone's got their music ready, Becca, what is the topic for this week's Hoedown?
Santa kissing everyone's mom.
Santa kissing everyone's mom. That lip slut. And so while everyone gets their music ready and prepped, just want to remind you to donate to our fantastic partners below, scrolling down below, local folks that we really like to support. And if you have a little extra money and you want to throw it their way too, that would be great. You can also throw some our way. Patreon.com/Fantastic Voyage Improv. Encourage you to like our Facebook page. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All these shows, like I said, if you miss any part of it because you're cooking dinner or what have you, you can always catch up what you missed by going to our YouTube channel and watching the show once it's posted midweek, and skipping through the parts that you don't really like and you'd rather watch, you can skip certain games, whatever you want to do, it's a view, we count it, and we are always looking for more love on YouTube. So without further ado, this is a Hoedown on Santa kissing everyone's mom.
Let me tell you something that happened that fateful night. It was something that gave me quite a fright. I behold it, it happened in the hall. That's when I started to bawl.
See, I woke up on Christmas Eve and I discovered my biggest peeve. There was my hubby and he was mean. He saw Santa coming down the stairs, and that's when I saw him kissing and I got scared.
I went to the North Pole when I was 6 years old. I remember lots of things. It was very cold. I saw Santa kissing my mom, and I said, damn, this is the bomb.
Well, last year's Christmas was a Christmas like no others. Every house he went to, Santa kissed all of the mothers. That was the end of Christmas. That was it. 'Cause Mrs. Claus divorced him and she took all of his shit.
She took all of his shit.
Oh, well, when you're a homewrecker, Santa, that you've got it coming. You've got it coming to you.
Comeuppance, Santa.
That's great. That was great. And one thing I forgot to mention, and I apologize, but if you were a new viewer that got to us through the reading of the Pangea Theater's newsletter, welcome. We are Fantastic Voyage, or we are FVI Improv, and we are delighted to be entertaining you. We welcome you to our stream, our show. We hope you're putting suggestions in the chat, and we look forward to entertaining you in the coming weeks and months and years, decades, may I say. But next, we are going to move on to a game, the game of Party Quirks. So Blake is going to be hosting a party, and there's going to be some guests that arrive, and he's going to have to guess who they are. But he can't know who they are, so he's going to have to get sent to a breakout room. It's happening right now. And now it's time to get our guests. So Becca, we need guests, and yeah, so I'm just gonna throw it to you because I can't
I've
remember
got
what
your
props
notes
I gave you.
if you don't.
It's okay. What is Zach?
Zach is Leonard Nimoy.
Zach is Leonard Nimoy. Sounds good. Right up your alleys. And how about Victoria? What is Victoria?
Frank Sinatra.
Ooh, Frank Sinatra.
I'm
Make
scared.
it one for my baby. How about Steve? Steve is what or whom?
Steve is the entire cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh my gosh, it's been a Sarah Michelle Gellar love fest. And Steve is furiously researching, and we'll let him do that. But just to recap, Zach, you are
Leonard Nimoy.
okay, and Victoria is
Sinatra.
Steve. You are
The entire cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
okay. We'll go in that order if it's okay with all you guys. We'll go Zach, Victoria, Steve, and let's bring Blake back in for the game of Party Quirks.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Oh, hey, come on in. Come on in. Welcome to my housewarming party.
Thank you. Oh, your decor is very, it's very logical.
Yeah, I like everything to make sense. Everything have its place.
Oh, no, Bill. No, Bill. Stop stealing this scene. Bill, no. Yes, I came to your place because I wanted to bring you this cheesecake and wish you live long and prosper.
Oh, hey,
No, Bill, stop it. No, he doesn't want to have a piece right now.
hey, Bill, stop vulking around in my house.
Yes.
All right. Why don't you have Scotty beam your ass back to the Enterprise so I can actually have a conversation with Mr. Spock without you interrupting?
Oh, thank you. You've seen me in the show.
Yeah. Oh, you're not in character. Sorry, Mr. Nimoy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about Bill. He's a ruffian.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good to have you here,
Very good.
Leonard Nimoy.
You want to eat my fruitcake?
Oh, you brought me all kinds of desserts, huh?
Yeah.
You're a baker.
Oh no, I just bought it at the store.
Oh, well, you bought me cheesecake and fruitcake. Did you just bring me all the cakes?
Yes, I saw all the cakes, and I thought, a party needs cake. So
You're not wrong about that. Now that is logical.
it's so logical. Do you want my autograph?
Sure.
All right. Should I sign your face?
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Is there anyone else coming to this party?
Ding dong.
Oh,
Ding
someone else is here.
dong.
Come on in.
Hi.
Hi. This is Leonard Nimoy.
Hi, I'm Leonard Nimoy. TV's Leonard Nimoy.
How do you do?
I do well. This is Bill Shatner. Now, don't pay attention to him.
All I'll say, because
Bye.
will you fly me to the moon
Oh,
upon the stars?
I would be happy to fly you to the moon because when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Yeah. See, Blake, this is why I was thinking about you, and I knew you're a guy who gets it.
Yeah.
The best is yet to come with me and you. No question. You make me feel so young whenever I'm hanging out with you. I
Yeah.
mean,
There's a lot of ways to throw a homecoming party, but I did it my way.
right? As you should. As you should. And let me tell you, someday when you're awfully old and the world is cold, you will feel a glow. I will feel a glow just thinking of
You.
yeah.
And
See,
the way you look tonight. You know,
sorry, I didn't.
I'm just thrilled that even one of the Rat Pack could be here. I think you were in the Rat Pack, right, Mr. Sinatra?
Aha.
Frank Sinatra?
You know it. That's yep.
Frank is here.
Yes. Oh, hello. It is good to be here.
What a great party. There's so many dead people
Frank.
here.
Oh, hey, my man. Are we gonna get a little bit of the highballs going here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ding dong.
Oh, somebody else is here. Come on in.
I've been invited. I can come in. Ha!
Oh, wow. Somebody sinister.
Very sinister. Very sinister. Don't tell her I'm here. Don't tell her I'm here. I know you're here! Where's Willow?
Wow. You're a whole heck of a lot of fun, aren't you?
I'm a whole heck of a lot of people.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm just I just don't remember inviting the entire cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer to my party.
It's okay. He's gone. I can go now. Willow!
Very nice. Very nice. What a party,
Yeah.
right?
It was
That's a whole cast of
dead people and
characters.
killers.
That's right. That's right. And a little crooner.
And
as
Leonard
well, you know,
Nimoy.
it's all-
Right.
Leonard Nimoy.
All connected.
Yeah.
That was the game of Party Quirks, and we all know that nobody throws a party quite like Blake does. So because of that, he's pretty exhausted, and he's going to need to kill his camera for this next game, along with Steve, because I need Zach and Victoria. No,
Yeah,
Blake is
I
not
was
going to
gonna
need to
say.
kill his camera. I apologize. Zach and Steve, please go away for a minute. And let's have Blake and Victoria stay out here for the game of Inner Thoughts, which is a fun one. And so I'm going to put it to Becca. What innocuous conflict do these two have?
What direction to go down the aisle in a grocery store?
All right, so your prompt is what direction to go down the aisle in a grocery store. This is the game of Inner Thoughts.
Well, let me see here. Jonah, it looks to me like we have an exceptionally long list this year here in the store. I'm thinking that we're gonna start an aisle. We're just starting the produce aisle just this once. Just this once, okay, Jonah?
Well, Betsy, I'm just concerned, if I'm honest, that if we start with the produce, we're gonna have to put heavier items on top of the produce. And I don't want to have a crushed cabbage unless, well, if we're gonna make coleslaw.
We are gonna make coleslaw.
Okay.
We're gonna make coleslaw because it's your favorite, Jonah. It's been your favorite these past 25 and a quarter years.
You do know how I like coleslaw. I mean, of course, I did put it into the vows I wrote 25 and a quarter years ago when we got married.
Jonah doesn't know. He doesn't know how much I hate coleslaw. I have hated making coleslaw. I hate the way it smells. I hate the way it tastes. It reminds me of my ex-best friend from high school, Sheila. Sheila and I, All right.
I was thinking, Betsy, maybe we should give ourselves a little challenge. Maybe we should challenge ourselves to make a different kind of coleslaw every single day this year.
Jonah, you know just how to push push my buttons in a good way. Coleslaw, 365 recipes of coleslaw.
That's right. We should make a cookbook. We could even have a coleslaw cooking show. Imagine that.
You know what?
What she doesn't know is that I'm actually, well, I'm kind of addicted to coleslaw, and I kind of want to quit, but I don't really know how to go about doing it. But maybe if I eat it every single day, I'll get sick of it. So but I got to find some way to kick this habit, because I do love the taste, but the gas is brutal, and I don't want to put Betsy through that.
All right, Jonah. 365 days of coleslaw because I love you. I love you. Now.
I love you too, Betsy.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right.
Grab the coleslaw, throw it in the cart. Get the carrots. Get the baby carrots. No, the other baby carrots, the organic ones. Yes, those.
There's a baby carrot.
But
I gotta eat one.
no, we didn't pay for that. Shh.
Come on.
Jonah doesn't know that part of the reason that I'm gonna let him eat that coleslaw is because I know that he's been having an affair with Sheila. She's come back into our lives, and she's being a homewrecker and going after my man. And you know what? If it's coleslaw he wants, it's coleslaw he's gonna get, because he's coming back to me. All right, Jonah. You're doing great. You're doing great, honey. Get the green beans. Throw the green beans in the bag. Throw them in.
Green beans?
All right. All right, we got them. Okay.
Oh man, I can't wait for today's coleslaw. What Betsy doesn't know is that I'm having an affair with Sheila. If she finds out, she's gonna be real furious with me. And I can't let that happen, because I love Betsy. I'm gonna cut it off with Sheila. I'm gonna, because I want to stay with Betsy. But I just gotta make sure that Betsy never finds out about this. Because, whoa. Sorry. Oh, I got a little bit of that carrot when I was eating caught in my throat.
You know what? You know what? I've noticed you've been spending about 3 hours in the bathroom every day.
Yeah, that's the cabbage. You know, I love the taste, but it wreaks havoc on my digestive system.
Yeah. Well, you know, your digestive system also is wreaking havoc on our plumbing, and we need to get a new thing.
I know we need a new plunger, and you know, that's why the windows usually open too when I'm in the bathroom for 3 hours. Because you know, gotta have the proper ventilation in there. You know, don't want to stink the place up.
I mean, it's just a really long time to like be in the bathroom, Jonah. I mean, maybe you have irritable bowel syndrome. He might have irritable bowel. Does anyone in here have irritable bowel syndrome?
Betsy.
So, hear me straight. Irritable bowel syndrome is a real problem. And I know it's a problem, and people are staying quiet about it, but people need to start opening up about it. And the truth be told, I'm trying to help him, but I am also very, very much so trying to get back at him for the fact that I know that he is cheating on me with Sheila, even though I also want him.
Well, maybe I should go to a doctor. Oh,
Nah,
hi Sheila.
here. Betsy.
Hi, Sheila. I haven't seen you in a long time, Sheila. In a long time.
What? But we just had dinner yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sheila.
Oh, I had no idea. Why you rotten son of a gun, Jonah, and our 7 children, and you are leaving me for Sheila.
I'm not going to leave you, okay? I love you, and I love Delbert, and I love Quinlan, and I love Nancy, and I love Molly, and I love Porter, and I love Camille, and I love Chesney. I love Chesney.
That is the game of inner thoughts. I was just waiting for him to get to that seventh child.
Little Chesney.
Chesney.
Little
That's
Chesney.
it, Chesney. Like Kenny.
Sweet little Chesney.
Oh, well, 7 names is a lot to think of. At least it's not general. So we are going to move on to a couple of crowd favorites to end things, as we always do every week. And the first one is Sex with Me. Sheila knew what sex with Jonah was like, as did his wife. But everyone here is going to tell you why the prompts that Becca gets is like sex with that. So, Becca, what is our first suggestion from the audience?
A TV remote.
A TV remote.
Sex with me is like a TV remote. When I'm bored, I just stick it between the cushions.
Sex with me is like a TV remote. You really didn't know how to use it before 1990.
Sex with me is like a TV remote. It doesn't work without batteries.
Sex with me is like a TV remote. My husband always wants to be in control.
Sex with me is like a TV remote. Where are all the inputs? Can't find them.
Next suggestion, Becca?
A bendy straw.
A bendy straw.
Sex with me is like a bendy straw. Mine bends to the left.
Too much information, Zach.
Sex with me is like a bendy straw. It's completely unnecessary.
Sex with me is like a bendy straw. It works a whole lot better without a wrapper.
Oh, Becca, let's move on from that suggestion and get the next one from our audience.
Risotto.
Risotto. Sex with me is like a risotto. Us Italians do it best.
Sex with me is like risotto. All you can eat at Olive Garden.
Sex with me is like risotto. It's not a linguine. Linguine. I meant to say linguine.
Sex with me is like risotto. It smells like cheese.
We're just gonna let that one linger? Come on.
There's only one audience member who probably likes that. They know who they are. Becca, let's get another suggestion.
A stocking stuffer.
A stocking stuffer.
Sex with me is like a stocking stuffer. It's a surprise.
Sex with me is like
Sex with me is like a stocking stuffer hung by the chimney.
Sex with me.
Sex with me is like a stocking stuffer. I'll put an orange in your bag.
Sex with me is like a stocking stuffer. Just because it's small doesn't mean it's not good. Becca, another suggestion, please.
A belly button.
A belly button? Our audience is interesting.
Sex with me is like a belly button. It takes my outie and your innie.
Sex with me is like a belly button. Mine smells like cheese.
Oh. All right. Oh, see, this is what you get when you tune into Fantastic Voyage Improv, because now you all know a little bit more about us than you bargained for when you first logged on.
Bodies smell like cheese.
Bodies smell like cheese. My belly button smells like cheese. That was the game of Sex with Me. We do it every week. So barrel of laughs every week. And we're going to end with a game that is very familiar to all of us, because there indeed has been a murder. Ooh. And that's why we have to play the game of Clue. 3 detectives will try to figure out what the location, occupation, and weapon was used for this game. So send everybody to the breakout room, except Steve, who's going to start it off. And Becca, what is the location of the murder this week?
A nail salon.
A nail salon. All right. And how about the occupation?
Stage manager.
Stage manager. No surprise from our audience. And what about the murder weapon?
A neighbor.
A neighbor. Ooh. A real Fred Rogers kind of situation. So, Steve, would you mind recapping those 3 suggestions, please?
Yes, the location is a nail salon, the occupation is a stage manager, and the weapon is a neighbor.
Okay, well, I'm going to need everyone to do just like you used to do when we were up in Anoka together, and help me get the first detective back down here while Steve invites them back from the breakout room. So on the count of 3 at home, join me in saying, first detective, come on back. And through the magic of the interwebs and Zoom, there they are.
Hey, All right, that's 1 detective down. And while we get the 2nd detective down here, everyone join me at home. 2nd detective, come on back. And there it is on the screen. And there they are in your home.
Zababa wa.
Ah.
Zababa wa wa wa.
Yeah.
Zabda. Zababa daba waba. Zababa waba waba daba zaba.
Mhm.
Zababa waba waba. Zaba waba waba. Abba daba daba. Ooh hoo hoo. Zaba waba.
Ah.
Zaba waba. Ooh wadu wadu wadu.
Ah, yeah. Ah, baba.
Zababa.
Baba. Yeah.
Zaba waba ba. Zabba dabba dabba. Zabba dabba dabba ba. Zabba dabba ba. Abba zabba babba zabba da. Zabba dabba dabba. Abba zabba dabba.
Ah, baba.
Zabba dabba. Zabba dabba dabba boa.
Is that?
Oh, zabba boo.
Ah, baba.
Oh.
That. Oh. Oh. Oh, is that what? Ah, baba.
Ah, ah.
Drive by, whatever that was. All right, well, we'll get Victoria back, the third detective back to see if she can't crack the case. Third detective, come on back.
Ah, baba.
Ah, Zabaza.
Baba.
Ah.
Zaba. Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Oh.
Oh.
Shaba.
Oh. Oh, Zabaza. Zabaza.
Um.
Zabaza. Zabaza. Zaba. Zabaza. Zabaza. Ah, Zabaza.
Yeah. Zabara. Oh.
Oh.
All right. Bring everyone back and see in the chat. Let Becca know how many you think we got right. You think they got right. 1, 2, or 3. And we'll start by asking Victoria. Victoria, what do you think the location of the murder was today?
Yes, the location was a hair salon.
Not bad, but not quite. Zach, how about you? Or was it Blake that was
I
second?
was next.
Blake was second, sorry.
I would say a more general beauty salon.
Closer, but not specific enough for my liking. Zach?
It was definitely a nail care station. Painting nails. What's that called? That thing.
A nail salon? Yeah, we'll give it to you. That's
Yeah!
close enough. Yeah, we'll give
Wow.
it to you. We'll give it to you. That's very, very nice. Very nice.
It was the
So you
only
got one.
kind of salon.
Good start. It's a good start. Victoria, what was the occupation?
Oh, very clearly, it was a recruiter.
Yes, something you'd know very well. Not quite. I shouldn't say yes. Not correct.
Excited.
I'm sorry. That was so misleading. Blake, what was the occupation?
I think it was something very similar linguistically to recruiter. I think it was a reporter.
Also, I can see where you got that. But again, not quite. Zach?
Oh boy. This is an on the site weather weather reporter, one who reports on dangerous weather.
Yeah, it was certainly frantic the way it was played, but it's a little more closer to home for us. Steve, what was the occupation?
I blew this one, Zach. You of all people should get this. It was a stage manager.
Oh, I see it now.
Yes, yes. The stress, the frantic running around, it was great. The notebook threw you off is what I think happened. So, Victoria, what was the weapon?
For this one I have, it was snowflakes.
No, I'm afraid not, Blake.
Well, if I'm correct, this will be one of the most normal murder weapon suggestions we've ever gotten. I believe it was a simple snowblower.
No. I mean, it's tangentially related to what's correct. You're a little warmer, shall we say? But Zach, what was the murder weapon?
Not a snowblower, but a lawnmower.
Again, related to the thing, but not quite it. Steve, what was it?
It's the dude who borrows your lawnmower and your snowblower. The murder weapon tonight was a neighbor.
Oh.
A Bruce classic.
I knew Bruce would never give us a blower.
Oh, yeah. Thank you all for playing. That has been our show tonight. Want to remind you all to support the links below, the organizations that are scrolling below. Become a supporter on Patreon, a monthly supporter on Patreon, patreon.com/Fantastic Voyage Improv. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you have liked our Facebook page, but if you haven't done so, like it so you can know when our shows go live. Special thank you to the folks from Pangea for promoting us in their newsletter. And if you found out about us through their newsletter, welcome. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you come back every week at 7 o'clock Central Time on Wednesday nights to our page to watch an hour of short form comedy improv. So this week, yes?
You want to talk about what's going on tomorrow?
Yes, I do. I'm so sorry. Probably some in our audience. So if you're curious if you want to see more, many of us on this digital stage will also be a part of Gestures Comedy Improv. That show is on the Gestures Comedy Improv page on Facebook at 8 o'clock, starting at 8 o'clock. So it's an hour later, but it's an hour and a half of short form comedy improv. Blake, Steve, Becca, and I will be all involved in the show. Zach will be in the January show, so be sure to tune in to those as well. But if you really enjoyed what you saw tonight, which hopefully you did, tune in for more short form hilarity tomorrow night with Gestures, with more singing, very festive show, and we promise that you'll enjoy it. So, I haven't forgotten anything. Let me introduce the players one more time. Give it up for stupendous Steve. And how about the bountiful Blake?
Yeah, bountiful Blake.
Zucchini-rific Zach.
My name starts with the same sound as zucchini.
Zucchini-rific. And of course, we have our special guest. Thank you for joining us again tonight. Spelling in for Matt. It's Victoria. Vivacious Victoria. Once again, gracing our stage, and we thank her for that. So, and last but not least, she's been taking your suggestions and patiently dealing with this idiot host all night. It's Becca. We're 4 minutes late. I'm not going to say anymore. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks again for joining us for Fantastic Voyage Improv Unprov. Good night, everybody.
Bill, I said cut it out. I'm trying to talk to this.
All my nieces and nephews.
I want to tell you about the time that I traveled
Margaret,
Venezuela.
Jennifer,
I traveled
Lucille,
on United Air
Candy,
back in the 70s
Shasta,
Venezuela.
Martin,
Bill, I'm getting to it, Bill.
Riley,
Calm down.
Richard.
Let me tell a story.
Xavier,
He and the rest of the cast of Star
Bradley,
Trek went to Venice.
Emily.